Imagine walking through tall grass 100,000 years ago. The sun is setting, and you hear something move behind you. You turn around and see two yellow eyes reflecting the last bit of daylight. It's a cave lion, twice the size of any lion alive today. 700 pounds of pure muscle, claws, and teeth are looking directly at you. You have no gun, no knife, and not even a sharp stick. Your teeth are flat, and your nails are useless. You can't outrun it, you can't outclimb it, and you definitely can't fight it. If you're enjoying this so far, smash that like button for me. So how are you still here? How did your ancestors survive when everything on Earth was built to kill them? Let's start with what was actually hunting us. In 1924, Arthur Vance discovered a skull in South Africa that changed everything. It belonged to a child, an early human ancestor about 3 years old. Punctured through the eye sockets were two holes perfectly spaced to match the canine teeth of a leopard. This child was prey, not a tragic accident. For millions of years, humans weren't the hunters. We were the hunted. The predators we faced weren't just dangerous. They were apex killers that had spent millions of years evolving to hunt large mammals. But here is where it gets crazy. First, there was the saber-toothed cat, Smilodon fatalis. It had 11-inch canines and weighed 600 pounds. It was built like a tank with a bite designed to puncture the throats of bison and camels. It didn't chase you, it ambushed. It waited in the tall grass or near water and exploded out at 30 miles per hour. One bite to the neck, and you were finished. And it wasn't the only one out there. Now this is where it gets interesting. The short-faced bear, Arctodus simus, was the largest mammalian land predator in North America. It stood 12 feet tall when standing and weighed 2,000 pounds. Most bears today are opportunistic and eat berries or fish, but the short-faced bear was a hypercarnivore. It only ate meat. It had long legs built for endurance running and could hit 40 miles per hour. If it saw you, you were already dead. Hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next part of this story. Then there were the cave hyenas, Crocuta spalea. They were larger and stronger than modern hyenas with a bite force of 1,100 pounds per square inch. For context, your bite is only about 162 pounds. A cave hyena could easily crush bones to get to the marrow inside. They hunted in coordinated packs of 20 or more and were relentless at night when humans could barely see. Dire wolves ran in packs of 30. Cave lions were 25% larger than African lions. Giant cheetahs, scimitar cats, and 10-foot-tall terror birds with beaks that could shatter skulls were everywhere. But here's the thing. We had absolutely nothing. A chimpanzee, our closest relative, is 3 times stronger than an adult human. They have fangs and can climb 30 feet in seconds, yet they still get killed by leopards regularly. We were slower and weaker than chimps. We couldn't see well in the dark or smell predators from a distance. Our hearing was mediocre at best. We were upright, which made us visible from far away, and our babies screamed constantly while being unable to walk for a year. Which of these predators sounds the most terrifying to you? Drop a comment below. By every biological measure, we should have been extinct in 100,000 years. But we aren't. They are. Every single predator I just listed is gone, and we're still here. So what happened? How did we survive? The first weapon was fire. Deep in Wonderwork Cave in South Africa, archaeologists found evidence of fire from 1 million years ago. We're looking at burned bones, ash layers, and ancient hearths. Fire changed everything for us. A campfire creates a 30-foot safety zone where predators simply won't enter because it's hardwired into their brains. Even today, lions in Africa stay away from flames. It gave us light in the dark and warmth in cold climates that our hairless bodies weren't built for. But mostly, it gave us time. Before fire, you found a hiding spot at sunset and stayed perfectly still until morning. With fire, we suddenly had hours of extra time every night. Time to make tools, time to plan, and time to talk. And fire did one more huge thing. It let us cook. Cooked meat is easier to digest and has way more calories. Extra calories allowed us to grow bigger brains, making us better problem solvers. But here's the crazy part. Fire alone isn't what saved us. Our second weapon was endurance. To be honest, humans are terrible sprinters. A saber-tooth could hit 30 miles per hour in 3 seconds. We hit 28 for only a short distance. But here's what no other predator could do: run for hours. We used persistence hunting. You don't chase an animal at a full sprint. You track it at a steady jog, just fast enough to keep it moving for 3, 4, or 6 hours. The animal runs, stops, and overheats. It can't sweat like we can, so it can't cool down while moving. Eventually, it collapses from heat stroke, and you walk up and finish it with a rock. Humans are the only species on Earth that can do this. This endurance secured our survival. If you're enjoying this so far, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next part of the story. Now this is where it gets interesting. Our third weapon was pattern recognition. Our brains evolved to see patterns everywhere. A broken twig means something walked by. Messy dirt means something was digging. Tracks tell you what animal passed, how big it was, and how long ago. We tracked predators like we tracked prey. We learned their schedules. Saber-tooths hunt near water at twilight. Cave lions avoid fire. Bears are solitary and territorial. We watched, remembered, and taught each other. Knowledge grew and compounded every generation. But the real weapon, the one that actually saved us, was each other. In 2001, archaeologists found a skeleton in Georgia nearly 2 million years old. It belonged to an ancestor with no teeth. Without teeth, you can't chew meat or eat raw food. Yet this person lived for years after losing them. That means someone was feeding them, chewing their food, or cooking it until it was soft. No other predator does this. A lion with no teeth dies. A human with no teeth gets taken care of. In a cave in Iraq, researchers found a Neanderthal skeleton from 60,000 years ago. He was blind and had a healed broken arm. He lived because just 5 humans with spears and a plan could kill a saber-toothed tiger. And we did. Around 400,000 years ago, people in Germany crafted the Schöningen spears. These were aerodynamic, balanced weapons designed to kill from 30 feet away. We stopped running and started hunting. If you're liking this, hit like. But here's where it gets even crazier. Around 50,000 years ago, everything shifted. Humans moved out of Africa and into Europe, Asia, Australia, and the Americas. And everywhere we arrived, the big animals started to vanish. Saber-tooths went extinct 10,000 years ago. Cave lions followed 14,000 years ago. Short-faced bears, woolly mammoths, giant sloths, and terror birds, all gone. There is still a debate about how much was our fault versus the changing climate, but the pattern is hard to deny. On every continent we reached, the big predators disappeared within a few thousand years. If you want more stories like this, hit subscribe and tap the bell. We didn't just survive them, we outsmarted them until they were gone. Now this is where it gets really interesting. Evolution gave every other predator a gift, like speed or strength. But evolution gave humans the ability to adapt. We couldn't outrun a short-faced bear, so we threw rocks from a distance. We couldn't outbite a cave hyena, so we worked in groups to surround it. We couldn't see in the dark like a cave lion, so we used fire to turn night into day. Every weakness forced us to invent a solution. These ideas grew over generations until we became something no predator could ever fight. For 2 million years we were the prey. We hid in trees and feared the shadows. We lost children to leopards and could only grieve. But we had one thing no predator had. We could learn from our mistakes and teach the next generation. In the end, that was enough. Which fact surprised you most? Comment below.